I built this bike because you can't buy a bike like this off the showroom floor. And I basically got some videos, learned how to build bikes, and this is the first bike I ever built. Majority of the parts are bought through J&P Cycle. I found that whenever I needed something small mainly, I could look in the J&P Cycle, and anything I needed for the bike was actually in the J&P Cycle. So J&P was like a one-stop shop for me when it came to getting the parts for the bike. And basically built the bike. Yeah, I called tech support many times, and they were always very knowledgeable, especially when it came to compatibility of parts, years, different gear ratios and measurements, things like that, to make sure that the parts going on the bike. And even though the tech support couldn't actually see the bike, they were familiar with the parts and were able to instruct me on which parts to buy. I'll continue to use J&P Cycles for all the parts for this bike. They have everything that I need for this bike. Indian Lawry tank, which you can get through J&P Cycle, has an 88 cubic inch RevTech motor, 5-speed RevTech kicker, open BDL, belt drive, velocity stack breather, shorty drag pipes. All these parts can come through J&P Cycle. I named it Old School, and mainly I wanted to get something on the side of the tank to kind of break it up and give it a little visual effect and give it a name. And I spent 10 years out in Vegas, and Old School Choppers is in Vegas. Their styling of bike is mainly what this bike is styled after. It has a couple of parts from Old School Choppers as well. So I shortened up the name and named it Old Schoolin', basically riding old school. I've been riding since I was 16 years old, and I decided that after I sold my last bike that the next bike I got was going to be my dream bike. So I got a catalog and started going through it and started picking out parts and building the bike from scratch. Well, for the price, you can't buy a bike like this custom. So, if you go to a Harley dealer and buy a custom bike, it runs a lot more than this bike does. So by buying the parts and everything and building it myself, I saved a lot of money. And I was able to build it the way that I wanted it built. I built my bike out of the J&P Cycles Superstore.